निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरोदीनतारिणं परम् आनन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपीशा गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय कथंचन स्मृते यस्मिन् दुष्करं सुकरं भवेद् विस्मरण विपरीते स्यात् श्रीचैतन्य नमामि तम् वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Thank you so much, dear worshipable devotees, friends, for taking out your most valuable time. Baldev Prabhu, Moni Mataji, Ramai Pran Prabhu, Girish Prabhu, Ruhi Mataji, and Upendra Prabhu. I see Shruma Mataji, Uma Mataji, Poli Mataji, Anshul Prabhu, Swati Mataji, Bhaswati Mataji is also here. Vanilla and Varun Prabhu's, Ravi Prabhu and family, and Shilpa Mataji. Thank you, thank you so much for your most valuable time and association. We are reading this wonderful book called The Beginner's Guide to Krishna Consciousness, and it covers all the essential aspects for any and every devotee to understand the science of Krishna consciousness, what to do, why to do, how to do, and what not. So we are reading section 3, and we read half of that. Understanding Krishna consciousness as it is very, very important. That means in its pure state, without adulteration. So we discuss about certain people who adulterate things, who concoct things, who speculate things, who try to cheat on the name of religion, who try to, you know, trick others and whatnot. So we're going to continue reading this section and we'll complete this section. As I mentioned earlier, those who like to memorize verses, all the verses in this book are important. And if anyone wants a special project, a special assignment, it'll be good if anyone wants to do this special project, put all the verses from this book in kind of a Google Doc or something so that you can easily refer, we can easily refer the important verses which are important for oneself and for outreach also. So please let me know if anyone is interested to do that project. Basically, what you'll be doing is the book is there, the PDF is there. You'll be compiling all that in one document so that it's easy to refer. So anyone feeling inspired, let me know, especially those who've been practicing this path. Anyone feeling inspired to do that?
Um, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Is it just like we need to take a pictures of the book and do it into a document, or?
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. If we can find these verses, you can find in like Veda base also. So from Veda base, you can get the actual text, because in the picture, or like let's say sometimes why I'm saying it, because it will make a picture is not searchable, right? You can't search a picture, but you can search the text. For example, you want to search going forward, oh, what was that word, Sarvdharman Pradya? You type the word Sarva, you'll be able to search in your document. But so what I mean, if you can take it in the text format, that's better, but picture will also work. But since you're doing it, let's do it like in the right way, and you can easily find verses. Does it make sense what I'm trying to share and why?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Yeah, I got it.
Would you like to do?
I did not read much of the verses, so since
Mhm.
I'm very new. Oops.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can help Prabhu, but I didn't completely, like I joined late.
What
So,
I was saying is, Radha Mataji, I think it'll be good since you are very much into verses, etc. As a project, if someone wants to put all the verses from this book, verse and translation and the reference, where that verse come from, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam,
okay,
Chaitanya Charitamrita. So it'll be good to memorize and recollect later in a Google Doc, like just compiling all those verses,
okay. Verse and the translation, right, Prabhu? And the
verse, the
reference.
translation.
Okay, sure, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, I can also take up some of it and help.
Yeah, that'll be great. Please coordinate. Um, mm,
I
like I'll
can
show
also,
you
I
one
will also try
example.
that, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Like I'll show you one example. Um, like Avani and Vedahi Prasad Mataji. So how nicely they kind of compiled this. So verses shlokas for memorization from the kids class. Mm. So whatever verse we cover, they make an index and then they have the verses, right, along with the translation, which is searchable. Very helpful to the kids, very helpful to me, very helpful to like build, like it's we're building our book, verse book. So it's easy for the future, anyone to kind of refer. And, week by week, you develop your own verse book. Mm. I have a few others also, like something on the similar lines. Okay, great. So without further delay, let's get into the reading. And if anyone didn't get chance to read in the last few days, we would like everyone to at least, since there are more devotees, not everyone will get chance every day, but at least you get 1 or 2 chances a week at least. That's our goal. So it's day 4. If anyone hasn't got chance to read and wants to read, today is your turn. Please raise your hand and
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I can read, Prabhu.
okay. So Radha Mataji, then Ekant Prabhu, and then Girish Prabhu. Yes, Mataji, please.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Duty, Sanatpana, Magasha, Srila Prabhupada. In the words of Srila Rupa Goswami, Shruti Smriti Puranadi Pancharatra Vidim Vina Aikantiki Harer Bhaktir Utpatyaiva Kalpate. Devotional service to the Lord that ignores the authorized books like the Upanishads, Puranas, Narada Pancharatra, etc., is simply an unnecessary disturbance in society. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.101. Modern Indian religious culture is overrun by all whimsical, distorted, and imaginary beliefs and rituals. So called yogis, swamis, gurus, babas, incarnations, miracle workers, fakirs, and countless other godmen teach all varieties of questionable theories, instructing their followers in everything except surrendering to Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, bogus religion has thus all but swapped genuine, authorized, and bona fide philosophy and practices. To the untrained, the difference between the genuine, the partially genuine, and the false is not readily apparent. Superficially, Krishna consciousness appears like another Hindu group, as in Krishna consciousness, many groups have their own bhajans, temples, festivals, scriptures, gurus, tilak, and so on. Therefore, the innocent public, without going deep into the matter, often conclude that all paths are the same. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Again, a beautiful verse here. Shruti, Smriti, Puran, Adi. That means there are Shruti Shastras, Smriti Shastras, Puranas, scriptures, Upanishad, etc. And the essence of all those three is Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi. Adi means etc. So basically, one should not give up these Guru Sadhu Shastra. If one thinks, no, I can just do on my own, Ekantiki Bhakti, I'll do in my solitary practice of bhakti. reject all these scriptures, etc., what it will be? Utpat. Utpat macha denge. It will be a disturbance to the society. So we don't have to create disturbance. We have to create happiness. We have to help the society by following Guru Sadhu Shastra individually and then become a part of the solution to remove the burden of the society by sharing Krishna consciousness. So on a surface level, as mentioned here, oh, it may seem okay, some Hindus do this, some Hindus do that, it is not, uh, ISKCON or Sanatan Dharma, Vedic Dharma is not a religious group. Sanatan Dharma, we follow Sanatan Dharma, which is the eternal constitutional duty of every living being beyond one's country, religion, faith, or whatnot. So, and to a less trained or untrained person, this may seem more or less same. This may think they cannot distinguish between genuine, partially genuine, and false, right? And therefore, as we discussed yesterday also, many people get cheated on the name of religion, and there are many cheaters also on the name of religion. So therefore, strong scriptural references are required. Otherwise, so that we don't get cheated and we don't develop any propensity to cheat others also. And if we see someone is getting cheated, we can help them. Not just because what I think or you think, based on the Shastra, based on the sadhus. Any other thoughts anyone has in this particular? Okay, next, we'll read the next passage. Yeah, someone was saying something. Sorry. Radha Mataji, did you say something?
No, Prabhuji.
Okay, Ekant Prabhu, did you want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Text can Chotava?
Yeah.
Chalo.
But there was a vast difference between the path of pure devotional service to Krishna and all other paths. The difference is that Krishna consciousness is the only factual and complete reality, as
Initiated
in the revealed scriptures and accepted by all authorities. Only Krishna consciousness, especially as taught in the line of Lord Chaitanya, teaches one how to be free from position from all personal motives and thus attain one constitutional position as an eternal servant of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Should I go ahead?
Prabhuji, should I continue? Yeah, thank you. Rupa Goswami has defined the superlative standards thus Anyabhilashita Shunyam Jnana Karma Adhya Anavritam Anukulena Krishnanu Shilanam Bhaktir Uttama. One should render transcendental loving service to the Supreme Lord, Krishna, favorably, without desires for material profit or gain through the fruitive actions or philosophical speculation. That is called pure devotional service. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1:1:11. It is vital for everyone, aspiring candidates in Krishna conscious, to understand the essential difference between pure Krishna consciousness and every other path. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Chakrika and Ekant Prabhu, for reading. Again, very, very important. It's factual and complete reality. Why? It's based on Guru Sadhu Shastra. All the authorities, scriptures. When we say authorities, we're talking about great Mahajans, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, so many great acharyas, Narada Muni, Shukdev Goswami, Vyasadeva, etc., etc. Krishna himself as Lord Chaitanya, the great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada. What do they say? What is pure bhakti? Again, important, very, very important verse. It is free from any other desires, not desiring for name, fame, adoration, profit. Although, I mean, even if someone approaches Krishna with those motives, it's not wrong, but it's not purest. Krishna will still guide him, like Dhruv Maharaj approached to get some kingdom. But here we're talking about pure bhakti, without motives, without selfish motives. So that's the difference between any so-called religion and pure path of bhakti. Any thoughts, any other comments here before we read the next passage or two? Okay, Girish Prabhu, yes.
Hare Krishna. So we'll start from it is vital or the Krishna consciousness. The Krishna consciousness, the Krishna consciousness movement is not just another Hindu sect, nor is it just another opinion. The Krishna consciousness movement of the Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a cultural, philosophical, and scientific presentation meant for a re-spiritualization of the entire world. It is destined to go down in the annals of the history as having saved human society in its darkest hour. The Krishna consciousness is a serious education, not any ordinary religion. The science of realization. Uh, the Krishna consciousness movement is genuine, historical, authorized, and natural and transcendental due to its being based on Bhagavad Gita as it is. It is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world. Bhagavad Gita as it is preface. This Krishna consciousness movement is meant for complete overhauling of the social, political, um, political, religious, moral, educational, and hygienic principle. Srila Prabhupada letter 18 January 1969. Our program is sublime. Our philosophy is practical and authorized. Our character, the purest, our program, the simplest, but our ultimate goal is the highest. Srila Prabhupada letter 19th March 1970. Haribo. Shall I read further, Prabhu? I want to give chance to others.
You can complete this paragraph.
Yeah. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is not just another faith derived from social, poorly informed religious sentiment. It is the science of the absolute truth, is a science of absolute truth being taught now as it has been since time immemorial. Because the truth never changes, nor is it subject to the adjustment of seasonal fashions. The Krishna consciousness is a reality distinguished from the illusion, truth distinguished from the falsehood, light distinguished from the darkness. The attainment of the Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection, not even slightly comparable to any particular faith or philosophy of this material. Reboot.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Girish Prabhu, for reading this particular section. So wonderfully, Srila Prabhupada has given this. I really like this aspect. The focus is on education. Education. ISKCON is like an educational institute. There are so many schools, colleges, like Prabhupada went to MIT. Prabhupada asked, oh, MIT is, we all know, is known for one of the premier institutes. Where is the department for Almighty? Hmm. We have physics department, maths department, chemistry. All these departments were there. Where is the department for Almighty? Like which school and college is giving the education about the Almighty Krishna? Hmm. That's a real education. We're not against the physics, maths, all these things, but along with that, the highest, as mentioned here, attainment of Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection, not even slightly comparable to anything of this world. And this, from the letter of Srila Prabhupada, this is like a sweet poem, is it not? Right? Our philosophy is practical and authorized. Our character is purest. Our program the simplest. But our ultimate goal is the highest. It's so sweet. Prabhupada's own words. It's like a poem. You can memorize it practically. The philosophy is very simple and practical. It's not saying give up home, give up family, give up job. No. Wherever you are, we can practice Krishna consciousness. And it's authorized too. Lord Brahma says, Thane sthita shruti gata, right? Don't give up this your circum. Don't change your paristhiti. Don't change your situation. Try to change the heart. Bhakti is the transformation of heart, not the situation. Character should be the purest. It helps overhauling of the whole social, political, religious, moral, educational, and hygienic these days. Even the basic moral principles, the basic hygiene, like people take bath once in a week, right? I'm not talking about anyone here, but generally, the basic, like what to eat, what not to eat, these things are also society is losing. So Krishna consciousness is like an overhaul of the entire socio-economic, political, religious, educational, and hygienic principles. Again, Prabhupada's words. It's not anything new. It is our real dharma. We have forgotten Prabhupada came to revive. Someone asked Prabhupada, hey, why you came to America? He said, oh, I came to give what you forgot to steal. Right? Britishers looted India. We all know that pre-independence, 1947, they stole things or, money, monetary things. But Prabhupada said, you forgot to take the real jewel, the spiritual knowledge. And that jewel is the real wealth. And that increases by sharing, right? The more we share, the more we will grow in bhakti. That's a spiritual secret. Any other thoughts anyone has in this
Hare
passage?
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, please.
Just one thought. One thing that always stands out is Sri Prabhupada, emphasizes the science of absolute truth. So we see that in several of his purports, in the Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita, he goes through everything in a kind of logical fashion. And of course, some things you got to accept on faith. But once you understand all that, then it deepens your knowledge and bhakti and so on. Just my comment.
Wow, that's a beautiful comment, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you for emphasizing that. Yes, bhakti is very, very scientific, and Prabhupada, the book Science of Self-Realization, Prabhupada did encourage a lot. That this is a science, bhakti is a science. Very scientific. Thank you for your thoughtful comment. Anyone else has any comment or question before we read further? Okay, looks like Ruby Mataji or Upendra Prabhu are ready to read next. Let's read the next page.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna devotees and but pranams. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Without developing a clear philosophical understanding of the unique purity of Krishna consciousness, a devotee will not be able to advance properly, even if he learns the techniques of devotional service outlined in this book. A change of heart is required. Of course, activities in Krishna consciousness are always beneficial, but to make rapid advancement, one must give up attachment to mundane religious process. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam braja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshasyami masuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. To distinguish between what is genuine and what is bogus requires training, especially for those deeply steeped in devious misconceptions. The best program, therefore, is to study Srila Prabhupada's book repeatedly and thoroughly. Even if one cannot read many books, Bhagavad Gita as it is will suffice to eradicate all doubts. For in this one book, Srila Prabhupada has conclusively uh, delineated the superiority of pure devotional service and the inferiority of all other paths. One should also associate with devotees who are firmly fixed up in Krishna consciousness, being free from all sentimental attachments to cheating in the name of religion. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Change of heart is required. That's a real purpose. Not the information in the head. Information in the head is only useful if it leads to transformation of heart. Otherwise, it's just information. ChatGPT knows more information than any one of us or all of us put together, right? So especially in this day, information is there. Wikipedia, Google, they all know, they're like ocean of information. But bhakti is the process of change of heart. So what are the main activities? Reading Prabhupada's books. How? So beautifully mentioned. Repeatedly and thoroughly. My dear friends, let's pay attention. These are the critical words. How we should read Prabhupada's books. Repeatedly and thoroughly. This is how we should read. And the main emphasis is on Bhagavad Gita. Whether one is a new devotee, old devotee, or Bhagavad Gita is important, was important, and will stay. So every day we can try to read some verse from Gita, right? At least one verse every day. Some people read a chapter a day. Wonderful. Repeatedly, thoroughly. So we have these programs where we do daily reading. As you see, and again, even His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj is referring to the Gita verses. So reading books, and then the emphasis on Vaishnav Sangha. Good quality association will help us to improve our quality of bhakti. Any other thoughts on this page? Anyone or any questions?
I think probably association is must, correct? Yeah.
Association is must. 108% must. Because in the association, reading will happen, chanting will happen. One will naturally, the qualities will rub off. We'll get inspiration to move forward. So, yes, it is the most vital ingredient in Bhakti Yoga is good association of like-minded Vaishnavas. Okay. Yes, Ravi Prabhu, you want to read or Avani Vedi? Anyone?
Hare Krishna. Some quotes from Srila Prabhupada on these matters appear below. Srila Rupa Goswami advises that devotees who have already tasted the nectar of devotion be very careful to protect devotional service from dry speculators, formal ritualistic elevationists, and impersonal salvationists. Devotees should protect their valuable jewel of spiritual love from the clutches of thieves and burglars. In other words, a pure devotee should not describe devotional service and its different analytical aspects to dry speculators and false renouncers. Those who are not devotees can never achieve the benefits of devotional service. For them, the subject of devotional service is always very difficult to understand. Only persons who have dedicated their lives unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead can relish the real nectar of devotion. The Nectar of Devotion, Chapter 34. The fact is that I am the only person in India who is openly criticizing not only demigod worship and impersonalism, but everything that falls short of complete surrender to Krishna. My Guru Maharaj never compromised in his preaching, nor will I, nor should any of my students. Srila Prabhupada's letter, 3rd January 1972. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Avni, for reading this section. The above passage talks about that we should be careful, with whom we associate and what do we talk. To the general public who may not be ready, we should not discuss advanced topics, right? We can talk general things about which they are ready to receive. Mm. And as they mature or ripen in their Krishna consciousness, they, through chanting, through reading, hearing, Sangha, etc., then they may, um, one will be qualified to hear those topics, but not with anyone and everyone. Mm. We all know that Prabhupada was very firm in the preaching, did not compromise in the principles, always focused on the quality than the quantity. Mm. Quality is more important. One moon can give more light than thousands and millions of stars put together, right? So Prabhupada always focused on quality. So because what's the use of, even they say one genuine friend is better than having 10,000 friends on Facebook, right? One genuine devotee is better than 1,000 so-called devotee or so Prabhupada always focused on the quality. And he openly, said no to the wrong. Mm. And many people became envious of Prabhupada, many people criticized him, but he never compromised on the quality. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarini. In the Pranam mantra also we sing. Mm. Lion Guru, like his Guru Maharaj was also called Lion Guru. Srila Prabhupada was also like a spiritual lion. So, and that's the next topic actually, the significance of Srila Prabhupada. So before we jump into the significance of Srila Prabhupada, which is a very, very important topic because Srila Prabhupada is the founder Acharya. If it would not have been for Srila Prabhupada coming to the West, we all would not be sitting here on Zoom talking about Krishna consciousness. Not only this 20, 30 devotees on the call, but Prabhupada was like the savior of the whole world. Mm. So we'll talk, the next section will cover that in more detail. So it's very important for anyone and everyone in ISKCON to know at least something about Srila Prabhupada, to know why is he such a important figure for ISKCON, and will continue for next 10,000 years. Any thoughts, comments before we go to the next section? Okay, let's read the next section. Yes, Subala Prabhu, would you like to read?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all Krishna Srila Prabhupada. The significance of Srila Prabhupada. The honorific title Prabhupada is properly used for designating those exceptionally great spiritual masters who have made an outstanding contribution of literature or preaching to the world. Examples of Srila Rupa Goswami Prabhupada, Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada. When members of ISKCON speak of Prabhupada, they refer to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, who is also correctly addressed as Srila Prabhupada. For he occupies a unique position in the religious history of the world. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 5, 11th verse, Srila Vyasadeva states that the Bhagavatam is meant to bring about a revolution in the impious life of a misdirected civilization. Learned Vaishnava scholars have discerned that this statement of Vyasadeva's must refer to the preaching mission brought about by Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. It was he only who, 5,000 years ago, after Srila Vyasadeva's compilation of Bhagavatam, wrote the Bhaktivedanta purports on the Bhagavatam as his most important contribution towards the revolutionary re-spiritualization of the entire human society, which was lost in the darkness of materialism. Also, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicted that his holy name would be broadcasted in every town and village. Very good. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, wonderful verse here. We can see that how Srila Prabhupada, I remember when watching, Abhay Charan series, devotees at that time were, mentioning how Prabhupada wanted, them to mention about Prabhupada. And then once, Prabhupada was also, doing Guru Puja. At that time, they were, Prabhupada was, glorifying Prabhupada. So at that time, the disciples were confused. How come, Prabhupada is actually glorifying Prabhupada? Then the senior devotees said that no, he is not glorifying. He is actually glorifying his gurus because they are also Prabhupads. Prabhupada cannot be given to any, ordinary person. As we just read, it is a very honorary, title that can be only given to the self-realized and who are gurus. That's my understanding, Prabhuji. Please add Hare Krishna. Then.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Subal Prabhu. So this word, if anyone comes to ISKCON program, practically day one, they'll hear this word, right? After end of every kirtan, or in the Prema Dhwani prayers, or in the pranam, or Prabhupada's DT. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. So we should know this meaning behind why are we doing what we are doing. We are referring, so the literal meaning is Prabhupada. Pad means feet, Prabhu means master, on whose feet even the masters surrender, right? That's a literal meaning. But what's the meaning here? Another meaning is who have made an outstanding contribution of literature to the preaching of the world. Preaching to the world. Outstanding contribution, like Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, etc. So they have made outstanding contribution. And Srila Prabhupada certainly made, when we say generally Srila Prabhupada, we are referring to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who started the ISKCON society. I think that is going to come shortly, about 60 years back. Meant to bring about a revolution in the impious life of misdirected civilization. A very important line. Spiritual revolutionary. Created a spiritual revolution. The lives are misdirected, The purpose is lost. What do most people think? 99% of the 99.9% of the people, they think, what is life? Oh, to have a nice wife, nice husband, nice house, nice car, nice job, nice kids. The kids go to nice school, they get nice college, they get nice job, and then they get a nice husband or wife. Is that the real purpose? Prabhupada explains that, and primarily the Bhaktivedanta purports, the biggest contribution in the English language. So very, very important. We'll read one more page if anyone is feeling inspired. Anshul Prabhu, would you like to read?
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Prabhuji. Yeah, a beginner guide. I have to read from here, right, Prabhuji? The
Yeah,
acharyas, right?
it's on my screen also. Yeah,
Yeah.
Acharyas.
Acharyas of his sampradaya predicted that the spread of Krishna consciousness would usher in a 10,000-year golden age within the dark age of Kali. And in the Chaitanya Mangala, Lokana Dasa Thakura foretold that a great Senapati general would appear in order to widely and powerfully preach Lord Chaitanya's message. That confidential task of spreading Krishna consciousness all over the world was entrusted to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita confirms that only one who is empowered by Krishna can infuse Krishna consciousness into the hearts of masses. The great Vaishnava Acharya Srila Bhakti Vinoda Thakura, 1838 to 1914, predicted that very soon a great personality will appear who will spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. That person is clearly His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Bhakti Vinoda Thakura also said that a Vaishnava's greatness can be understood by seeing how many non-devotees he converts to Vaishnavism. To bring even one highly qualified person to Krishna consciousness is difficult. But Srila Prabhupada was so empowered by Krishna that he went among the most unlikely candidates, the hedonistic youth of the Western countries, and made devotees by the thousands. No one can fully understand the extraordinary task Srila Prabhupada performed. He went alone among persons who were far removed from Vedic culture, who had no idea of how to receive a sadhu, and who had been raised into a society that vigorously promotes meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, intoxication. They were almost completely unqualified as candidates for a spiritual life. Yet, Srila Prabhupada not only went among such people, but he gradually managed to train many of them to such an extent that they are now accepted everywhere as first class Vaishnavas and preachers qualified to impart Krishna consciousness to others. There were certainly many Vaishnavas in India who were devoted, learned, and renounced. But the fact remains that only Srila Prabhupada was sufficiently qualified to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Only he had sufficient faith in Lord Chaitanya's instructions, his spiritual master's order, and Krishna's holy name to seriously attempt spreading Krishna consciousness outside India. Only he had that much compassion and vision to preach the message of Lord Chaitanya to those who most needed it. Only one of Krishna's topmost confidential devotees could perform such an extraordinary task. From his unparalleled achievements, it is clear that Srila Prabhupada occupies a unique position in the history of Vaishnavism. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Anshul Prabhu, for reading this section. So in the previous page, we see quite a few, predictions. These are important points from Lochandas Thakur, Chaitanya Mangal, or Bhaktivinoda Thakur mentioning the great Senapati Bhakt will come, a great general will come. So even before Prabhupada preached, because see, making one person, for those who are parents, right? Is it very easy if a child wants to do something and you tell them, hey, no, don't do it? Do they easily listen and stop doing it? The very own child whom you have trained for 10, 15 years does not listen, correct? Raise your hand if you have experienced that.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Right? The very own child whom you have trained for years and decades, who has been with you for years and decades, is not very easy. Now, Prabhupada, in a foreign country, in a foreign culture, in a foreign weather, because in India it does not like snow like New York. And that to a 70-year-old person, like all the odds were against him. He had no resources, no money, his accent was thick, he had 40 Indian rupees, which was practically of no value. He has no contacts, nor there were any gadgets and much like social media that he could run a campaigns and do some marketing. All those things were not there at that time. Bringing one person to the right path is so hard. But Krishna Shakti Vina Nahi. There is special empowerment as mentioned. And only one who is empowered by Krishna can infuse Krishna consciousness into the hearts of the masses. Very, very important verse. Again, the verse is not there, but the translation is there. Krishna Shakti Vina, and that's how it starts. That the Shakti of Lord Chaitanya is required. And when we try, Krishna will also empower us. So it's very hard to even, change the heart of one person. So Prabhupada transformed the hearts of thousands, millions, and continues to do so by his words, by his followers, and those who were into illicit sex and meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and hardcore hippie life, they became the topmost devotees. Not only they became first-class Vaishnavas, but they were preaching and transforming others' hearts also. Again, it's like electric current from one person to the other person. This is very, very only one who is Krishna's topmost confidential devotees could perform. This is Prabhupada, Krishna's topmost confidential devotees called Acharya, Swami Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami, different names, but you're referring to the same personality, Jagat Guru, etc. So he's a unique position in the history of Vaishnavism. No one had crossed the Indian, in India there were, as mentioned here, a lot of devotees were there, are there, and will continue, as Bharatvarsh is a very punya bhumi. But no one had dared to preach the message to the West. Even if a few went before, they did not have any much success. Maybe they got 1 or 2 followers, or just preached a little bit here and there, but nothing big success. But Prabhupada opened hundreds of temples in traveled across the globe 14 times, thousands and thousands of followers who are willing to dedicate their life, not just like well-wishers, who are willing to do anything for him. That was a level of surrender, complete surrender. Sarv dharman parityajya. Okay, let's take some thoughts, some comments. Anyone has in this section, or any questions? Anything struck you? Yeah, it's good to take some reflections too.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Just one, while we're talking about Prabhupada, just struck me also, Prabhuji, like, it's not an ordinary thing, like, I don't know if anybody at my, like, I don't envision myself traveling at that old age. But Prabhupada and his disciples, even they are really inspire us at that age, and also the with the bhakti and with a lot of energy and enthusiasm in this devotional path. The way they travel and the way they show bhakti and the footsteps they leave for us are very inspiring, Prabhuji. And I don't think that they are doing it with hardship. They are doing completely with as a servant for Prabhupada and for Krishna. I just thought that, and I want to share it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, bro. Yes. How many of you travel to India, or sometime, once or twice, right? We go. How many of you feel it's exhausting? Raise your hand. That 20-hour journey, or 25, 30-hour, is it exhausting?
Yes.
Right? You're completely like drenched by the time we go, and it like takes days to kind of recoup. Prabhupada, it took almost 30 days for him to travel via Jaladuta. Can we imagine how much pain he has taken for all of us, right? He didn't go in a first class, business class plane when he came. With a lot of difficulty, he got a Jaladuta ticket. And 2 heart attacks on the way. Like, imagine, there were no doctors or nothing. Like, he got 2 heart attacks on the way. So, no ordinary person can dare to do that. But at least we can appreciate the pain and the sacrifice he has done for us. Why? What is he getting? We all came, one time Prabhupada asked, one Indian reporter was asking Prabhupada, why Swamiji, you are here? Why you came to US? So Prabhupada would see, he's an Indian guy. Says, why have you come here? He said, oh, for higher prospects. Prabhupada said, for me too. But his higher prospect was more money. We all know that, right? Maybe better car, better whatnot. But Prabhupada said, you came to beg, I have come to give, right? He didn't come to beg for money, beg for green card, beg for this, like which most of us are doing. Sorry to be so blunt, but that's the truth. Um, but wherever we are, in whichever country, we can try our best to share the mercy of Prabhupada. Remember, as Kanpo was mentioning, even at this age, traveling in an airplane to India gets so hard. What to speak of airplane to India? Even a 2-3 hour drive gets hard. But we still see that, Prabhupada, his genuine followers are. See, it's certainly hard, but it's like called the burden of love. right? Because ultimately the goal of life is if Krishna is happy, everyone is happy. And how is Krishna happy? If Guru is happy, yasmin yasya prasadat bhagavad prasad. If Guru is happy, Krishna is happy. If Krishna is happy, yasmin tushta jagat tushta. Everyone is happy. That's our goal. That's our vision. That's our purpose. We're all looking for a purpose, right? That should be our purpose. Yes, Girish Prabhu, what's on your mind?
Prabhuji, I think I totally agree with your point. It's going at the age of 68, 69 in ship, that too, not like it was a cruise ship or something, fancy ship or something. It was a merchant ship. And at that time, it was no resources, no logistic, going to a country with very, I think he had only a handful of money, like not like more than few dollars or something. So it's really, um, we can't imagine basically how much trouble Prabhupada took. And I think I just wanted to share one incident. Prabhupada knew about his disciples in and out in terms of how, like, he selected the disciples. He had that knowledge that these disciples will take the mission forward, and he knew about the all capabilities of his devotees, and he gave a lot of knowledge training, I would say. It's like Navyogendra Swami Maharaj, he is the first uh, uh, sannyasi, sannyas diksha. He got the first sannyas diksha, first Indian to be getting sannyas diksha at that time. And there was an incident was there. He was getting in a Mayapur location, I think near Mayapur location. So devotees, the American devotees, they said no. How Guru Maharaj, Navyogendra Swami can get it basically. So he was still adamant to give Sannyas Diksha, but the devotees, other American devotees stopped him. Prabhu stopped Prabhupada to give Sannyas Diksha. So he waited for the another moment and he gave the Diksha in near Mumbai. I got this info from Madhupriya Prabhuji on their Sannyas Diksha this year. Sannyas Diksha Anniversary.
Mhm. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Prabhu. Yeah, it's very, very noble. So whenever we get opportunity to associate with senior Vaishnavas, Prabhupada's disciples, we should take it as much as possible and do our best. So we have that opportunity, as we all know, His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami Maharaj, who was the sannyasi and Prabhupada disciple and initiating guru, also known as the walking monk, is going to be here in Tampa on 9th and 10th. So we have program on 9th in a yoga studio, on 10th at Prabhu's house, and 11th in Punta Gorda. I know it's far, but again, you're all welcome if possible. If you want more association, 10th evening also Sarasota also. So everything is laid out and communicated, and as the days get closer, we'll communicate to others also. Okay, so sounds good. Any closing comments or questions before we wrap up for today?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I share something what I heard from senior senior devotees lecture? So Prabhuji, as we read about Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, and he told that one Senapati Bhakta is coming to preach to the world. So Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur when came, it was very dark the time at that time with baul and something, and then he actually worked very hard, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur, to again reincarnate the Sri Chaitanya's mission. And then he also informed by Krishna's that he to preach in the world, like internationally preach the Krishna consciousness and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. And then he told his son, no other than Lion Guru Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj, and he is the Gurudev of our Srila Prabhupada. So that way, actually, it's come in disciplic succession, and Srila Prabhupada, who actually follow his guru's instructions with this brave heart, and he's our acharyas who spread this Krishna consciousness and kept his word, his guru's instruction to share. Hare Krishna.
Haribol, thank you. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nice, thoughtful realizations. Anything else?
Yeah, picnic cancellation notice. Just a reminder.
That we told, so everyone is well aware of that. So yeah, everyone is well aware. We sent the communication. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, dear friends, for joining and your kind association. We'll continue tomorrow and complete this topic, which is importance of Srila Prabhupada, and then we will talk about a very, very important topic, the Guru and the initiation. So we'll start this topic also tomorrow. Please reach out to your friends, relatives, anyone who wants to join. This is open for all. This will continue for next about 20-25 weekdays, and we'll be able to complete this book in about 25 weekdays. So 4 are already done, about 20 sessions more left. So please join and inspire others to join as well. Hare Krishna, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samvita Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha, Vitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo. Hari Bol. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.